everyone. Today I am going to be sharing with you my favorite items from the month of March. This video was requested by my little sister. She wanted to see kind of what I've been loving recently, and so we're just going to jump into it. I have kind of a little bit of a variety of items here. Some are makeup, there's a couple of skincare things, and then just a couple of like random miscellaneous things. So the first thing that I have to share is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer. I've been wearing this pretty much every day since I got it. It is just a nice light coverage type of a product. It is just a tinted moisturizer. So just to show you a swatch here, it is fairly sheer if you do blend it in completely. So, but it gives the skin like a nice kind of sheen to it. So nice and glowy. It does have coconut water and hyaluronic acid in it, so it is very hydrating on the skin as well. With that as well, I've been loving the concealer that came out with that collection, the Pretty Fresh concealer. This again has coconut water and hyaluronic acid in it. It is a very hydrating concealer as well. It's what I'm wearing on my under eyes today. It is I would say like a medium coverage concealer, which is typically what I prefer, something that I can kind of build up a little bit more coverage with the tinted moisturizer. So it does give a little bit more coverage than the rest of the tinted moisturizer. I wouldn't have assumed that they would have put a higher coverage concealer with the lower coverage product, but they work really well together. The next thing that I have on my list is a primer. This is the Becca First Light Priming Filter. It is a purple color. As you can see, it's almost gone. I've been loving this for a long time, but this month particularly I've kind of gotten back into using it a lot more. I'm also wearing it today. It gives a little bit more of a glow with the tinted moisturizer that I typically wear, or any foundation. It is not really, it doesn't do anything for the longevity of the makeup. It just really is kind of a nice soft moisturizing feel, and gives again a bit more of glow and a sheen as well. The next thing that I have is the Fourth Ray Beauty, which is Colourpop's sister brand, their skincare brand, the White Tea Face Milk. Their face milks are kind of like a lightweight moisturizer. They come with this little dropper, and all you need is just a couple of drops, and they will cover your whole entire face. So really nice, dewy kind of luminous type of a moisturizer here as well. I like them because they're really lightweight. I don't like to typically wear a moisturizer at nighttime because I feel like it clogs my pores a little bit too much. But the face milks are really great for my nighttime skincare routine. I feel like they're not really clogging anything up, but still giving me a little bit of that added moisture that my dry skin does need. The next item that I have is the Colourpop Just a Tint lip crayons. I've talked about these before. This one is my favorite shade. I'm wearing it again today as well. It is called Feel Good. But these are just a nice, almost like a lip balm. They're kind of like a lip crayon, and they just add just a nice tint to your lips, as the name would suggest. Just a light wash of color. You can build them up a little bit, but I find them to be, again, very hydrating, very nourishing, and then the tint typically will stay on your lips after the product itself has worn off, but they're really easy to just reapply, just throw back on, keep in your purse or in your bag, and just be able to reapply them throughout the day. The next one is an older item, but I've kind of fallen back in love with it as well. This is the Colourpop Zodiac palette by Colourpop and Kathleen Lights. This is what the shade selection looks like. So I like this palette because it has a nice combination of, you know, kind of some more neutral shades, but also some more pops of colors. I don't have a shade in this palette that I dislike. My most worn shades are definitely the Libra, this pink one here, the Cancer down in the corner, and then the Virgo, this one here, the dark brown. I have a combination of those shades and then a few others from the next palette that I'm going to talk about on my eyes today. And it's just a nice, like, natural, kind of one of my go-to everyday type of looks. It's just really easy, they blend really well, they're not super hard colors to work with. The other eyeshadow palette that I'm going to talk about is a newer one. It's also a Colourpop palette, and I purchased it when it first came out last month, I believe. It's called the Blush Crush palette, and this is the shade selection here. The packaging on this is also super cute. But it is just a kind of more pink and mauve-y toned palette. I also have a couple of the shades from this palette in my eye look as well. I'm wearing Cheek to Cheek, this color here, and then the Super Shock Shadow formula that I have in this palette is called Pop a Bottle. It's this one up in here, and I have that and the Cancer shade mixed on my eyelids, along with something else that I'm going to talk about in just a second. But I really like this palette. They also have another one, excuse me, two more. They just came out with a new one in this kind of like sister line, I guess you could call it. They have the Nude Mood, which is more kind of neutral, warm brown shades, and then they just came out with the Making Mauves palette, which I really wanted to get, but I was on vacation when they launched it, and it sold out like immediately, so I wasn't able to get my hands on it, unfortunately. So I'm hoping that they'll do a restock of that collection soon, because mauves are my like favorite colors for every day. The next thing I have to talk about is just kind of a random miscellaneous favorite. This is my planner. This is the Erin Condren Life Planner. I have had an Erin Condren for the last couple of years now, maybe 3 or 4, and I really like them because they're really customizable. You can choose a bunch of different kind of options, so you get to choose your cover. I, of course, went for the Zodiac cover because I love Zodiac signs. You can also put your name on it. I chose the color of the coil, and then also the inside I chose the kind of more neutral layout. So this is kind of what it looks like here. The layout of the weekly pages. I really enjoyed their planners. The quality is really good, and I find that it fits everything that I could ever need in it. I've also been loving another miscellaneous favorite, this candle. This is the Spiced Gingerbread candle from Bath & Body Works. Bath & Body Works candles are my favorite. I have one burning here in the background as well. This one is the Red Vanilla Cupcake. No, excuse me, Red Velvet Cupcake. That one's really good as well. But this one's my favorite. It was one of their holiday candles. My nose is a little stuffy, so I definitely can't smell it right now, but this one just smells like you baked fresh gingerbread when you light it, and it smells so good. You can smell it in our entire apartment. The next thing that I have is the Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Peekaboo. That's the other thing that I have kind of tapped on my eyelids. It just adds a little bit more shimmer, so just to swatch it here. It's just a nice gold, I don't even know if you can see it, there it is. Kind of a shade, it's kind of a sheer, more glittery topper. Let me see if I can build it up a little more. There it is. But it's just really pretty on the eyelids. Sometimes when I'm not wanting to wear much makeup at all, I'll just throw either like a pink or a mauve or a brown in the crease, and then I'll just put this on the eyelid, and it's super cute, like everyday type of a look. It's super fast to do. The next thing that I have is a skincare item as well. I got this in my Ipsy bag this month, so I've only had it for a couple of weeks now, but I've been loving it. And it is the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. I've heard so many good things about this, and it definitely lives up to all of the hype that people kind of have given it, in my opinion. It's just a moisturizer, but I find that it is perfect for my dry skin. It leaves, again, a beautiful kind of luminosity and sheen to the skin, and it's perfect before, I like this during the day, before I put on my makeup. I'm kind of sad that I love this so much because the full size is so expensive, and it's going to be definitely more out of the price range of what I typically will spend on my skincare. The last thing that I have, oh no, sorry, two more things. I have this highlighter by Kylie Cosmetics, and I wear this pretty much every day. I also have it on my cheeks today and in my inner corners. This is the shade Ice Me Out. I also like the cute little like drip pattern in her highlighters. I think it's adorable. But this is a more like icy gold kind of shade. Very light. Come on, pick up in the light. You can kind of see it there. Sorry, my lighting's pretty bad. It's very dreary out today, so I'm not getting a lot of natural sunlight. Let's see. That's a little better. My sister got me this for Christmas, and I've loved it since then, but this month I have really just been, I've had more time to do my makeup since I'm kind of staying at home more with all of the issues going on with the virus and being quarantined, so I've kind of been spending a little bit more time on my makeup, and this has been the highlighter that I've reached for like every single time I do my makeup, unless I'm using just cream products. The last couple of items that I have are all kind of in a set together, and they're all brow products. So again, since I've had a little bit more time to do my makeup and time to just spend getting ready, I have been using a pomade again with my eyebrows, just to switch it up a little bit. And this one is the Colourpop brow pomade. And this is the shade Blonde Moment. It's kind of a nice, like, almost taupey color. A little bit darker. So here's a couple of swatches so you can see the shade. It's what I'm wearing in my eyebrows today as well. I find that it just gives you a more defined kind of arch and tail. And pomades I do find take a little bit more practice than like a pencil or just a brow gel, but once you've kind of mastered the technique, they're really nice because you can, especially if you have a good brush, just kind of make tiny little lines. You can see the tiny little stroke that I just made with my pencil here. And they're a lot more specific in that way. With that, I do use the Colourpop brow brush. It is a double-ended side, so it does have the spoolie and the angled tip on it. It's the E14. I know Colourpop isn't shipping from their warehouse right now, but you can buy a lot of these products that I've talked about on Ulta's website, and they are still continuing to do shipping. And I believe Ulta's doing free shipping with anything over $15 right now. So definitely, if you're kind of interested in any of these Colourpop items, check and see if they have them on the Ulta website. And then the last thing with that as well, I have the Colourpop Brow Boss Gel. It's just their tinted brow gel. They have a clear one as well, but I haven't tried that one. The color that I have is light brown. It's just got a little tiny spoolie, And it does have some like fibers in it, so it does add some volume, I believe, or kind of, I feel like at least, into your eyebrows. So it kind of makes them a little bit more fluffy, which is a look that I like. Again, on those like 5-minute makeup days where I'm just like trying to get out the door, this is all I'll put on my eyebrows. Maybe a little bit of pencil if I have the time, and then I'll do just the tinted moisturizer and a little bit of eyeshadow, concealer, and then typically just a little blush, and that is it. Just super easy little 5-minute makeup. So that is all I have for my favorite items from March. Just a quick little video talking about some of the things that I've been using the most this month. If you have any suggestions of things that I should try out while we are, again, in quarantine, I have plenty of time on my hands. Definitely leave them in the comment section down below. Let me know what you've been loving in March, and thanks again for coming and watching my video, and I will see you next time. Bye!